But I do want to ask you. A statistic came out. I don't know, was it PFF who released it? But anyway, only 2 offensive tackles have allowed more than 36 pressure to their quarterback this year. We have both of them. Orlando Brown Jr. and Andrew Wylie have both allowed more than 36 quarterback pressures this year. They're getting a lot of crap. Also, I read another statistic that Brown on Sunday had a win rate of 53% on 3rd and 4th downs this past weekend. What do you make?
What is it? Where's this from?
I believe it was a PFF stat, but he had a win rate of 53% on 3rd and 4th downs against the Bengals.
And the pressures is the same thing.
Yeah, the pressure was also a PFF statistic, I believe. But it's being shared a lot by a lot of people on that. What do you make of these numbers? And when you hear that we have the only 2 tackles who have allowed more than 36 QB pressures this year.
And it just 2 things in that. Okay. The guy's got to play better. No doubt about it. I mean, that's just too many pressures. It's just way too many pressures. And I think feet and hands are the issue and the problem. And so when I'm watching the pass protection, I can see feet clicking and maybe just being kind of high, not really, kicking out like they should or pressing with the hands and fighting. Those are issues that that are glaring. Those things are glaring. Those guys hold up pretty well. But like I said, we see where they're running and, they're powering through guys. They got that. That's one thing that they're very good at. And look, you're going to have more pressures because we pass more, right? Let's just just keep it in context of like how these numbers come about also too, right? And so we know we're passing, a lot, and you're going to have more opportunity to get pressures against these guys. So you got to take it, somewhat with a grain of salt, and what they, consider pressures and all of that. But no doubt about it, the play on the outside of the tackles have to be better. I don't think it's their standard on certain things. I think 3rd down with OBJ. Guys Hendricks got an inside move on me. You know what I mean? I know he didn't want to give that one up like, dad, gone. And so these guys are battling, man. You got to just continue to fight. They got to continue to fight. Shoot. Is there something like a change coming? I'm sure there's probably been talk. I mean, Niang's back. I mean, Kennard is there healthy. I mean, he's the backup. So
Prince.
So you got guys, I don't know if on the right side of Orlando, OBJ, I don't know. Yeah. What are you going to do with that? Because he's going to go against, the tough guys every single week. Just got to get better at his feet and hands. That's what it is. Feet and hands, hunkering down. Just be more athletic. And like they said, sometimes, I think you said like before, like they said that it's a little bit harder because you got Patrick scrambling around, so you might have pressures with that too. So I think all these different things come into it. All these things come into play, right? There's all these things come into play. So I think, context matters. It does 100%. When you're saying these things, without a doubt. We could use numbers, but numbers don't tell the entire story. I always say that. They just don't. So we got to be honest here. And the honest answer is, just got to get better. You got to get better out there. Like when it's 3rd down, you can't lose. Daggone it. Do everything you have to make sure you don't lose that battle. Mm-hmm. So even if it's help from McKinnon or that back to be on the outside, you can sit up inside a little bit better because you have help. Shoot, fine. Do that for you. Yeah. So,
I think for me, Wylie, it's not so surprising. I mean, Wylie's, he's not a starting right tackle. I mean, he's a reserve guy. And, we drafted Niang to be the starting right tackle. He's been hurt. We brought in, we drafted Kennard. We drafted, we brought in Prince. He wasn't supposed to be the main guy. He was fighting for that. Orlando Brown's a different story. That he has, he wanted to be the highest paid left tackle. That's a little different story. I give Wylie a little, a little less credit for that. But as far as Orlando Brown, I mean, I mean, he wants to be paid top dollar left tackle. He wants to be seen as that. That's where it's like, okay. But I do get it. The context matters. Patrick extends plays more than any other quarterback in the league does. We passed the ball. We talked about a few weeks ago. We second most passing attempts in NFL history in against the game against the Titans. With 68, was it?
Yeah, right.
So I mean that does play a part in this amount of pressures that we have.
So. Yeah. So I mean that's and that's the reality. That's the truth of it. And Wylie's been starting in the NFL. All right, we still got to hold his feet to the fire. That's just how it works. You've been starting. You're here for a reason.
Yeah.
You got to grade out, buddy. That's how it works. Yeah. So you were starting right tackle. He's a starting right tackle because he's been starting for 2 years, pretty much. So you can't keep using that. Right. That's like to be playing for 10 years. Like, hey, you didn't start right tackle. I've been starting for 10 years. When am I going to be a starting right tackle?
Well, right? The team didn't want you to be the starting right tackle, but you won in training camp every year.
You win. So you're a winner. So win on those battles too. Win on those pressures. Okay. He's been solid. He's been solid for us. I ain't gonna beat the guy up.
Yeah.
But he has to do better, right? Yeah. We expect more out of him, just like we expect more out of OBJ. We expect OBJ to do better than what he's done. And I'm sure OBJ expects more out of himself, more than we expect out of him.
Yeah.
So,
well, I think that always has played expectations. You get paid more, you want to be seen as something, yet we expect more from you. Or Wylie, wait, I don't know what his contract is, but Vetman maybe. He's not getting paid a lot, and he's not asking for a top right tackle money. So I guess, but he's still getting killed online for the pressures and stuff. So so he's not getting called out for. But both these guys are equally so.
Right, it's part of the territory, man. It's gonna happen. You still, you can't be in. Like I can't imagine him being in meetings like, well, shoot, I ain't even supposed to be the starting right tackle.
I mean, this ain't even my job.
Yeah, right. What do you want from me? Shoot. Hey, I'm the backup.
I'm doing the best I can.
I'm supposed to give up. Yeah. Shit. That joker trying to get paid like everybody else, I'm sure. He's like, look, this is my calling card. And so, Marcus Dash don't think I'm going to start right tackle. I need to go start somewhere. So.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.